So, here we're going to just talk a little bit about the program. Just friendly chit chat about it. Enjoy.
So I'm here
Having a lot of fun.
being interviewed by my nephew Yaakov, who is in grade 12.
Yes, I'm
And
grade
he's-
12 at Orchaim now.
And he's 17 years old.
That is correct.
And I'm in grade 35 at 41 years old. Or
grade
should I
35,
say it's
45
my
and still going.
35th year in kindergarten, young at heart. And we were just chatting. You know what's really interesting? With the YouTube channel and the program and the technology and the patents and the song towers, the medium sizes and the large sizes and the small sizes and all the different
I just
props.
changed his pants.
Okay.
His pants were very
Thank
dirty.
you. And all the different props and animation
That was
and
hard.
stuff. And you know
I can
what's really interesting? We were just reminiscing how, like, people say, like, what do you do for a living? And a person says, oh, I'm an engineer. I work at, I have an office. And then from the office, I sometimes go to the sites to inspect elevators or look at bridges. But I went to school to be an engineer, and now I work as an engineer, and it's a 9-to-5 job, an 8-to-4 job. Then there are other people. What do you do? Oh, I'm a school teacher. I'm a rabbi. I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. I'm a dentist. I'm a firefighter, a policeman, etc. Then there are other people who, what do? They sit in their basement with large cartoon characters and they study the toy industry, and they're extremely well versed in like very bizarre fields of math and computer programming and technical analysis, and they understand. I'm talking about myself here, but they don't go there and do this. They sit for hours and hours and years, and they study like electronic panels and how to position colors and shapes. And these are called your inventors. These are the crazy people that no one meets. There aren't a lot of them. I can tell you the names of 1,000 Jewish lawyers like this. I can tell you the name of 1,000 Jewish doctors like this. Lawyer, doctor, accountant, engineer. These are the good jobs. My mother would say, oh, a toy inventor is not a good job for a Jewish boy. But there's something about waking up in the morning and being like, today I'm going to invent new types of toys, or even better, technology for the toy industry, for all the different blocks out there. And Yaakov, my nephew, is going to interview me of my crazy and strange life and who I am and what I do.
Yeah, sure, you can join us.
Let me just help. I'm just trying to get something on from me.
What other questions? Yeah, please.
We do. We have a lot of the toy industry is very interesting, and it's diverse, right? You have toys ranging from Beyblades that I used to play with to like Transformers, right? Like things that like completely change how kids see different items. How can you ensure people that your toy is going to be something worth people some time and money?
Great question. So the reality is, everything I have in my basement, all the different blocks and puzzle pieces and electric pixel art light panels and all sorts of light bright. Another example of like a grid of light that involves some kind of shape and system and pattern. These are all systems. These are all toys and these are all toys that already exist. So I'm actually not inventing a new type of toy. All I'm doing is going to the toy companies and saying to them, I have the magical Merkur super magical color language equation, and if you add it to your business, you will sell 3 times as much stuff or 2 times as much stuff. And if you go to any company on the face of the earth that sells blocks or that sells any physical object, and you say to them, you will sell a lot of more, you will sell twice as much stuff, 3 times as much stuff, they will be like, okay, crazy Jewish guy in his early 40s who hasn't showered this week. What on earth are you talking about? And the answer is, well, I've been sitting in my basement for so long, and my wife's yelling so many times that I have a large-scale system. It's extremely intricate and complicated, And with this system, you get a lot more value. Instead of just connecting the pieces to make a unicorn or to make a muffin or an ice cream sundae, which is the objects that they advertise. That's why the parents are buying the box, and that's why the kids like them. Here we're entering into the same blocks are taken in a whole new wavelength, a whole new way to think about it, where you can build the blocks and it becomes like a QR code. You scan it with your phone and music starts to play from the blocks. So that concept, that science fiction futuristic concept of blocks and music comes out of the blocks. When I said it to people, they're like, all right, mental hospital, dang, ring, ring, all right. 5150, which is the call sign for the police for like, okay, we need to take someone and put them in a mental hospital. But no, it actually works. It's in development, and I've invented it. I practiced it so many times, so I can I
have a question about it.
Yeah, I can look at everything here and be like, I know immediately what each thing is. That's a Portuguese song, a French song, a German song. Never Gonna Give You Up. Like I just look at it, I'm like, that's So Canada. That's a Hebrew song, a French song, a Russian song. That's Beethoven.
Is he allowed to play with the ice?
He can play with the ice.
Mandy says he likes to play with ice.
So okay. So on that note,
Yes.
There's a few things. Number one, is it required for one to recognize how you do each of the songs? Or can the program help those who don't understand the color by number pattern?
So amazing. So here you know me because I'm your uncle, right? But in real life, there's there's 300 some million people in America, in the United States of America. I can't get the time and energy to go to each person and sit with them for 5 hours like we do and hang out. What happens is you get 2 seconds on TikTok or 5 seconds on YouTube. So even though there's a whole world behind this, no one actually knows it exists until I started pumping out those YouTube videos and doing those public demonstrations. And that's called being an exhibitor. So a trade show is where all the toy inventors or all the tech.
Trade show?
Yeah.
Like with your
10
item,
times.
have you been?
I sit with a.
Oh.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So a trade show, like a toy fair or a small business event, I walk in the event, and now I'm the only guy with theatrical props. Everyone else is like, what do you do? Oh, I have a technology that helps nurses better organize their patients' medicine. Oh, beautiful. Then it goes to the next guy. What do you do? Oh, I have a technology that's really good for schools to keep track of homework and make it more fun for kids. Oh, and Merker, the guy in the clown costume, what do you do? I take songs in every language and turn them into colorful squares and QR codes. And then people go, wait a second, this is not that. Yeah, that has happened a few times, and people are like, all right, mental hospital.
Emily, I'll let you ask
Emily's
a question. Can I finish what I have to say and then we'll go on you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think just 2 more things. Number one, you were talking a little about using Lite-Brite and using the pixel art. People might find some of those things to be a little bit expensive. Is it required to have the pixel art or Lite-Brite, or is the Pixbricks just enough to have, or even just anything else that somebody can't afford? Maybe 100%. Something expensive as a Lite-Brite.
Exactly. So there is a Shopify site that's being built. Hopefully it'll be online in the next 3 weeks from now. So maybe mid-April 2026. Sometimes what's cool for me, without the blocks, is just a poster. You can print a poster. You can print a black and white poster and color it in. And if you it's a language. It's a whole system. You don't have to build. If maybe it's a little boy and his parents aren't going to run out and buy $20 of blocks or buy one of the puzzles. So you can just do it by art. I have here's the flower. So this was the art exercise, and I printed pages like this, and you can just do it color by, I call it flower art. And for a 4-year-old girl who may not even be able to connect the blocks together, they can just do the art. The art is free. All you need is you can print the pages yourself and color them yourself. The blocks are more elaborate. The digital, so these, a panel like this, I think it's like $60, right? And you plug it in and then it lights up. So most people aren't running out to buy, thousands of dollars of things.
Okay, for sure.
Parents make the parents and the schools buy things that the children use. A girl in grade 1 doesn't have $20 necessarily to run to the toy store or go on Amazon to buy something. So it's really the parents that have to see the value first. The mothers are buying for their kids. So when you say coding and learning language and fun, and then I'm dressed up like a 41-year-old guy pretending to be 3 years old, then they're like, oh, side puzzles, I get it. So it comes down to me to sell it and to present it. I'm the promoter. I'm the guy. I'm to sell it.
Okay, so I think that's all my questions for now. I'll let you know if I have any more, but I think we'll let Emily
I have
now
2
take
questions.
over.
It's not really a question. My first one's more of an idea. But once you get your program really built, you should do workshops at schools maybe or something.
I love that idea. Tell me all about this idea.
So you know how, for example, sometimes different places come to your schools to teach you things and stuff. You could come to a school let's say the school that Zuckley goes to, and you could go there and if they and then they obviously would have to have a one class probably to fit in, and then they would have the kids bring their computers, and you could do a workshop to get the kids interested in it, and also for the schools to kind of see should they get it for the kids at the school.
A workshop inside a school. Hi. Someone called me 2 weeks ago and they're like, would you do an event at my daughter's bat mitzvah? Would you have a stand and maybe do a performance? And I'm like, I haven't. They're like, would you do it? And I'm like, I didn't even think about it. But you know what? It's not all. Yeah. There's different ways it can go. These are all great ideas. At first, I was just building a computer video. First, I was building a video game. There were no blocks.
Yeah.
Then someone's like, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if on your desk you had a tower and you could be like, you are the Dancing Queen by ABBA and the Passover song, and take down each one, and this country song and this Polish song and this." German song and then it's cool to the point that you can stack them up and you can spin them around like this. Great questions. I'm loving the attention. Oh, everyone. More questions, Emily.
Yeah, I just have one more. What made you start want to do this type of program? Because obviously I know you're making programs, but what made you want to do this exact program like this?
So I about 10 years ago, I was learning more about coding and web development at a high level. How do you build an app? And then it was last year, I took a course on data science.
Yeah.
And data science is way harder and bigger. Data science is here's 100 million songs, the lyrics of 100 million songs. How would you calculate a game engine or a system where every song is unique and fits to a square pattern? So that really opened up. The course I took the person teaching the course was 10 years younger than me.
Oh.
Yeah, I was I was 40 and he was 30, and his assistant teacher was 25, and there's a whole new world opening up of technology and AI, and taking this course blew my mind.
Yeah.
One time in the course, I went outside, after the course, and I was just my mind was blown, just an explosion. And the teacher walked by, and he's like, Michael, are you okay? Do you need an ambulance? Do you need a Tylenol? And I was like, wow, wow, technology. Woo! Oh my! You know what? Also, people always.
Are you okay?
People always say that's okay. People always say oh, I'm so busy. I have to run a company. I have to launch a product. I don't have time to spend time with my family. I don't have time to spend time with my children. But the reality is, this kind of work where you're testing the toys and the scanning and the systems and the computer hardware, kids come. I have 5 kids. They all come downstairs, and my 2-year-old.
Well, one of them doesn't, obviously.
Or one of them does. And they love it, man. They love it. And that is the inspiration. There's a lot of work you have to do before you get to the finish line. Before you get to reach out to a company and be like, hey, I'm that crazy toy computer guy. And they're like, yeah, we know who you are. Don't call us again. And I'm like, don't call you. I have a magical equation. And they're like, we're running a business. We don't have time for clowns, religious clowns, to invade. And I'm like, I'm going to help you sell 3 times as many blocks. And then they go, okay, now we're talking. Oh, money. Oh, okay. Oh, lots of money. Okay, I understand. So that's, to business people, you have to solve a problem that they need. Jakob, ask me questions, man. Give me questions.
So, here's one that popped into mind. It's kind of an interesting idea. I think it's probably my last question for today, but so we have all these toys. There's the if you've ever heard, the what's it called, Simon, where it has the the colors, and it's like you put
A
color.
Bop It or something?
No, like a Bop It, but like
Simon game where you have to like press the color.
like where you press the color and you try to memorize the pattern. Is there any way that you think you can incorporate that maybe into your program, or if you're interested in incorporating that?
No, that's a great idea. Every time we talk, Yaakov, you give me so many good ideas, and ideas are great. It takes time to, like, idea like that, the Simon concept.
Right.
It will take me time to sort of wrap my head around that, right? Design a basic sketch, turn it into software, turn it into a piece of computer programming with code, maybe add in 1,000 songs, and then maybe think about how that animates. That's a great idea. It's the difference between idea and like software. So
Right.
It does take, it could take 2 days, it could take 2 months, but it does take time to go from here's a brilliant idea to, okay, how do we add that feature to a mobile app, or how do we implement that? But
Okay.
I always tell people, I'm talking always to different business people. Some are failing, some are succeeding, some are about to do their first project or write their first patent or build their first piece of software. And I always tell them, no one really knows what they're doing. When Microsoft has all these programmers, and they're like, hey, let's make a new program for Microsoft. They don't know what they're doing. They're as smart as you and I. They're just regular people. It doesn't matter the company's worth $5 trillion. And Apple and Google, they're just regular fools just like me and you. And they go to work. Do they know if their products will be successful? No. Do they know, no, they're just regular people. So there's no difference between one guy in the basement or one young lady running a small business or the biggest companies in the world. We're all just adult children. We're all just fools.
Okay, so I think that's all the questions we have for today. Thank you so much for your time, and hope everyone enjoyed the video.
Amazing.
See ya.